Jason, today's episode of the Lee's Summit Town Hall podcast is brought to the good people by Budget Blinds of Lee's Summit.
Budget Blinds!
Jason, it's May. As a matter of fact, we're recording on Tuesday night, May the 4th, so we gotta say it.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Hey, did you know that Budget Blinds is the place to get your signature series shades?
All hail those robot shade overlords.
Hey, these are awesome people. They've got the stuff you need to make your home better and ready for all of this great warm weather. I think we're on a streak, Jason. I think it's here. We can finally say it's springtime.
It's springtime. It is. I can tell it's springtime because I keep wanting to go outside. Right. Even though like every tree in my yard is assaulting me with pollen as I go out there. I want to be outside. It's a beautiful time. And when I'm inside, I want to have like exposure to the outside. So I'll be like my shades up and my windows open.
You know what you do? You can automate that stuff by going to see our friends at Budget Blinds. And even if you're in that weird place just west of us, you'll have an opportunity to visit Budget Blinds too, because coming soon, a new store in Overland Park, so that you can go pay homage to our robot shade overlords. All you got to do, go see our friends at Budget Blinds of Lee's Summit right in the heart of downtown. Tell them Jason Nick sent you.
Hello again, and welcome to Lee's Summit Town Hall, a weekly podcast about what you can do to make a difference. I'm Jason Norbury, and as always, I am joined by a man who is taking far fewer L's than the Royals these days. It is Nick Parker, the publisher of Link to Lee's Summit.
I think I'm taking some W's actually.
You are getting W's.
A few weeks.
The Royals are getting no W's. They had a little hot start, and it feels like it's like 2003 all over again. It's not pretty right now.
It's not fun. If you are a Royals baseball fan, you can join me in my misery.
Now on the plus side, you and I are scheduled to go to a Royals game.
Yeah, just a little over a week.
I'm super excited about this. They've opened the capacity up to like 17,500, something like that in the stadium. So we acquired some tickets thanks to our perpetual guest who shall not be named, and another friend. But that man bought the tickets, so he gets some credit. But I'm not going to mention his name on the podcast. But we're going to enjoy ourselves, have a good time in our little pod in Royal Stadium. I'm very excited.
I'm excited. Friends, baseball, maybe a beer.
What else could you want?
Exactly.
So, all right. Link to Lee's Summit is the source for all the news you need about our very fine city and our unofficial sponsor today. And look, I'm going back to the well because I can do this. It's tacos. I had a very, very busy.
I feel like this is like 3 or 4 weweeks in a row.
No, I'm doing like every other week.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to pace myself.
Better.
Yeah, better. It's tacos. Look, I had a very busy and stressful day today. I had like meet people in person. Post-pandemic or end of pandemic world. But the tacos at lunch, it fueled me, not only my body, but my spirit for the whole day. And here I am at the end of the day talking to you, Nick, and tacos have gotten me here. So tacos become our unofficial sponsor.
Thus the power of the taco. Hey, before I move on, I want to let you in on a little secret. You know, our friend that shall not be named, that we sometimes cook with, that
we occasionally try to muzzle.
He called me the other day and he says, you know what? I think I'm tired of making burgers. I want to make something else. So there you go. Concession.
But
tacos win.
It's the first step toward him wanting to make the tacos instead.
There it is.
It's a path.
Hey, Jason, I want to keep this episode actually relatively short. There's not a ton going on. I want to throw out a couple news and notes of some things in the city. But really, I want to get to another edition of a new segment that we're doing every once in a while here on the Town Hall podcast, and that's the I'd like you to meet segment. This is a really cool thing, Jason. I'm excited about it. I'm hoping more and more people will take part in it, but it's a chance for people in the community to become a part of our podcast and highlight and feature and introduce to everybody else some other awesome residents in our community. So we're going to get to that in just a little bit. But first, here's a few news and notes. Jason, I am proud and happy to help do this. Events are coming back. Like the world is starting to right itself a little bit. Lee Summit Parks Department, they have announced their amphitheater lineup for the summer. And here's what I got to say. I hope, like me, you love the tribute bands because that's what's coming this summer.
Given who lives in Lee Summit and what the demographics are of the people who are going to go to these things, I'm saying tribute bands are going to be the key. It's like it's right through the heart of the thing that we're dealing with. Who's coming? Who's coming, Nick?
Here we go. Opening things up. The opening act for the summer lineup at the Legacy Park Amphitheater, Elton, Dan, and the Rocket Band, June 18th. Look, I think we've seen Elton Dan before here in town. It's a good time. Head on out. You can go to Rock the Amp. Is it .com?
I don't know.
I think I just messed it up. Hey, go to Link to Lee Summit. We've got the story about the summer lineup right there and all the links you need to do it. Elton Dan and the Rocket Band is going to kick things off on June 18th. We also have Peace, Love, and Music. That's a kind of a tribute to the Woodstock concert, so there's going to bring that back. Landslide, a Fleetwood Mac tribute, and Bill Forness and One More Round, which is a Johnny Cash tribute. I'm
gonna say this in the kindest spirit available. Okay, Boomer, I see you.
Hey, look, I'm not a boomer, Jason.
Love
me some Johnny Cash.
You're living the boomer music over here, but that's fine because this is like we can have all our generational fights we want. There's some good music from that time.
Some great music.
And I'm glad we're hearing some covers of it. That's a good deal. All right, we have to talk about bees.
What's the buzz?
Oh, God, I can't believe I set you up for that. I feel bad. I tried to interrupt this to get in first so you wouldn't do that, and there it was. And look, now
dad joke game comes strong.
I am angry at you, and we will hash this out later. All right, so the city is adopting, I guess as we were recording, but has adopted a new beekeeping ordinance, which basically sets some ground rules for who and where and how you can keep bees in the city of Lee Summit. And I think it mostly puts us in line with neighboring jurisdictions. So we have rules as opposed to, this is something we've gone through over the years. We went through with chickens when owning chickens as an urban environment thing came in as a thing. We had a whole process. We do this, and this is pretty much on par for Lee Summit. Kind of look around, survey what everybody's doing, and pick out the good parts and do that bit.
I don't know about you, but like the idea to me of having the bees and having the chickens so I can have my own supply of eggs and or honey sounds awesome. I don't want to take care of the animals though.
It's a lot of, I want
the work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's like, I really love having my garden, except in like early August when it's 100 degrees and I have to go out and like water and weed and pick things and do stuff and I'm sweating and feel mad. Then I don't like the garden so much. Like right now when it's springtime and the little green things are popping up and it's all so cute and beautiful and it's nice out, it's great. Like 3 months from now, I'm going to be mad.
Here's the thing. Here's my appeal. For all of my downtown area neighbors, if you want to have the chickens and the bees, I will be very happy to reap the rewards of our neighborness.
He will come. Nick will eat your eggs and your honey. That's what he said.
There we go. Hey, one last little bit of note. The Lee Summit R7 School District is asking for public input about a particular issue. And this is really kind of mirroring a national trend. There is a bus driver shortage happening across the nation. And as the world kind of rights itself and it looks like we're going to be back to a more, air quotes for those of you watching the video, a more normal school year next year, which means a lot more students riding the buses. It looks like there's going to be a driver shortage. So at last week's work session for the Board of Education. The administration presented 4 possible solutions on how to deal with that. Some of that was changing bus routes and times, changing end and start times of schools.
Hold on. Were any of them random kid driver the bus lotto?
No.
Then they have missed the boat.
They presented these 4 options. Now what the district is asking is they're asking for some public feedback on those options. It's going to come back to the Board of Education in June, where the administration will make a recommendation as to what they think is the best and proper solution. So go to linktolleesummit.com. You can read the story on that. There are all the links included in that for you to participate and to offer your feedback and perspective so that the district can get their team together and then make a recommendation to the Board of Education. Jason, you and I talk about process all of the time. Here is a great opportunity for people to participate in this. And I know it sounds kind of mundane and boring that we're talking about bus routes and start times and end times, but when you think about it, they really do make a difference in our lives and how we plan things and do things with our families. So take a look at this and go offer your feedback into the district. Be a part of this process.
And if you're like me, you have the "Hey, Mr. Bus Driver Man" song stuck in your head the whole time. So just so now,
a theme here.
I'm putting that. By the way, I want to say you're welcome to everyone who listens to who now has that "Hey, Mr. Bus Driver Man." Now that's in everybody else's head for the rest of the day. You are welcome.
You can email him at I won't do that to you. I will not do that to you. That's going to wrap up our news and notes. I really want to get to this next segment of our I'd Like You to Meet segment. It's from Chidera Okafor, who is a student at Lee's Summit West, and I'm getting to know her a little bit over the last couple of years as she's participated in the I Can Relate podcast project through Lee's Summit Cares, which they're getting ready to launch their 2nd season coming up here in a couple weeks. I think it's a great opportunity to hear from some of our teens on issues that they face and they care about. It talks about youth mental health. Look, these kids are awesome, Jason. You've heard me talk about them.
Chidera has been was a guest on this show, in addition, and was awesome. Once again, I think that's the appropriate word. So we're very happy to have her on, and I'm sure that anyone that she thinks that we should get to know is probably someone we should get to know.
And so she's going to introduce us to somebody she calls an inspiration to her life. So we're going to take a short break and come back with that segment of I'd Like You to Meet. Take just a minute to think about our community. Who out there inspires you? Who out there makes you feel good? Who do you see out there doing good for others? Basically, who do you know who's awesome? The I'd Like You to Meet segment of the Lee's Summit Town Hall podcast was created to not only let you answer those questions, but to give you the opportunity to celebrate these people by introducing them to all of us and telling us why you think they're an important piece of our hometown. Today, Lee's Summit West senior Chidera Okafor introduces us to someone she finds inspiring. Let's meet her friend and fellow student, Calvin Werner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chidera Okafor. I am a senior at Lee's Summit West, and I would like you all to meet the one, the only, Calvin Werner.
Hi, yes, my name is Calvin Werner. I am a junior at Lee's Summit West and a peer of Chidera's.
Okay, Calvin, so the reason I am interviewing you today is because you inspire me, honestly. You make me feel good, and I honestly see you doing a lot for our community, a lot for our school. So could you just let everyone know what clubs and organizations you're in?
Yes, so sometimes I have trouble remembering, honestly, but off the top of my head, I am president of Harmony Council, I am president of Poetry Club, and I am vice president of Black Student Union.
How did you get involved in all of these clubs?
Well, with Harmony Council, I first started off, I met the president at the time, and she was just telling me about the club and, what it was about. And, I immediately fell in love because it was just something that I was super interested in and passionate about already. That's how I joined. And then once I joined Harmony Council, that really kind of kicked things off for me and made me really want to take my passions and interests pretty far and, start new clubs and get involved more.
Awesome. And yes, you are definitely an involved individual. I work with Calvin in so many different departments of our school when it comes to starting BSU, Black Student Union, and even Harmony Council. I see you constantly working hard. You're president of so many different organizations. And you not only take on the role of president sometimes, but you even step in as VP, secretary, and anything else like that. And I just want to know what really inspires you to go out there and make an impact on the community.
Well, I always kind of like tell this story to anyone who asks that question, but I would say that growing up, I've always been taught, leave a place better than how you found it. And I've always wanted to extend that philosophy to my life in general. When I pass away or whatever happens, I really want to make sure people can think about me and know that like I left a good positive impact on this world before I left. So that's really what kind of drives me and makes me want to, keep pushing.
Okay. And finally, before we head off, what are 3 things that you want everyone to know about you?
I would say 3 things that I would want people to know about me.
Yes.
Is if I could sum myself up in 3 words, I would say I am a very passionate person. So that's 1. I am I think I'm a very creative person. And I try my best to be a kind person.
And you are absolutely all 3 of those things.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you got to know a little bit more about the Calvin Berger, the most inspirational individual in my life.
You better stop. Not with the flattery.
It is true. It is the truth, everyone. So yes, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast too if you're new here. But yeah, so I will see you all next time, hopefully. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have someone in mind you think is worth celebrating and who the entire community should know? Go to meet.linktoleesummit.com for details and links to record and submit your own segment of our community podcast. Link to Lee Summit is your only local news source unapologetically and explicitly focused on news and conversations from Lee Summit, Missouri. The Lee Summit Town Hall podcast is available on most of your favorite podcast apps, as well as YouTube, and at linktoleesummit.com. The Lee Summit Town Hall podcast is hosted by Nick Parker and is a proud production of Fredcast's Think, Speak, Act,